Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into the JP Peterson Show here on this Football Friday. Chaos is breaking out at the Ryder Cup already. Chaos is breaking out at One Buck Place. We got a huge college football game tonight. See this? Dun, 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 dun. We got FSU tonight at Virginia. Huge game for FSU. We're going to see a lot of different things. Can't wait. And we got a huge football game this weekend. Or do we? Or do we? Maybe we just send out the second team and call it a day against the. Are you wearing Eagles green?
No, I'm wearing FanStream Sports green, sir.
Is that Eagles green?
This is FanStream Sports green.
What is going on here? Oh, I believe IndyCar Tim is trolling you, Buck fans.
I'm wearing Ryder Cup green.
For a Cup green. What, because all the Americans care about is the green?
And apparently I just need to take my shirt off because it ain't working.
I'm telling you what, I'm getting rather angry at this point, TBH. We're getting absolutely stopped. As predicted here on the JP Peterson Show, by the way, that the Europeans are going to stomp us because we suck at everything now. DeChambeau and Justin Thomas are down 3 to Rahm and Hatton. Scotty Scheffler and Russell Henley are down 5 through 12 holes to Oberg and Fitzpatrick. How is Scotty Scheffler down 5 after 12 holes? How is that even possible?
He didn't drink enough.
Scotty Scheffler.
Morikawa, why is he even on this team? Why is he even on this team? Getting spanked by McIlroy and Fleetwood 4 up, and it's been 4 up all day long.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we got a big fucking problem.
And thank God for Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele, who are 2 up on Robbie McIntyre and Victor Hovland in the morning matches. So we're about to get smashed 3-1. Hopefully, Cantlay and Schauffele, the only ones that showed up in Rome, they're through 10. But you know, I'm scared about that one too because McIntyre can get smoking hot, as can Victor Hovland. So, wow, what an absolute disaster in the morning at Bethpage Black. Yeah, and did you watch any of the coverage this morning?
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a scene.
Before the sun even came up.
When the first hole, I mean, it's 5:30 in the morning. The place is freaking packed. And it just, and the drivable first hole, and DeChambeau going over the top, all these guys cutting the corner. I mean, that's a great setup. That was a great setup to set up day one. And the first, like for every match, that is fantastic. Whoever thought about that, it was brilliant. That is just brilliant. And it just adds to the flow of the whole thing. I mean, the atmosphere is just supercharged. So we'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on in the Ryder Cup. And I can't wait to watch the afternoons and see. We got to show some backbone. Do we not?
It ain't there yet. I don't know where it's going to come from, JP.
Need some superhero to show up and
need Tiger to show up.
Yeah, put some fucking fire in their ass. Has Tiger even been seen around there at all?
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe he knows maybe he knows what's coming, and he's just like, I don't want to be any part of this.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Part of this.
I don't blame him.
As I said months ago, Keegan needs to pick himself and hand the captaincy over to Tiger. And Tiger needs to be the perpetual captain of our Ryder Cup team. Why not? Why not?
Well, number one, Keegan Bradley is not going to give up the captaincy of the Ryder Cup. You don't do that.
To go play for your country? Why the hell not?
It's a huge honor to be named captain.
So you can have it later on. He's in his prime playing golf. It's time to go out there, and he's the only one with the nutsack to go up against these guys.
I complained about him not picking himself to play early on, but I've talked myself out of that. He made the right choice. Now, Colin Morikawa was not the right choice.
I don't want him to play if he's still captain. That's not my point.
Okay. All right.
My point is hand the captaincy to Tiger, who's the only one that can light a fire under these guys' asses because he's the only one that they respect.
No.
And yes, and Keegan should have played. That's what should have happened.
I don't want Tiger Woods as my Ryder Cup captain.
Why
ever.
not?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Because he's Tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need the story of the Ryder Cup to be Tiger.
What
if he's not playing?
Well, if a glare here or a glare there will do something to get these guys going. I don't know. Then you got a better idea, bro, because this crap ain't working.
Yeah, just quit playing in it.
Oh, stop. I mean, come on.
Just do away with the President's Cup and the Ryder Cup. We don't need that crap
shut
anymore.
Shut up.
And get rid of the British Open. It's not a major. It's ridiculous. Golf's in shambles right now. I'm going to start watching Live.
I know. This show is already off the rails. Timmy's at Eagles Green. We're getting our ass kicked at the Ryder Cup. He doesn't know that Tiger Woods is the only thing that could save these guys.
Michael Jordan's there.
Yeah, well,
maybe he could be captain.
Well,
I'd let Michael Jordan be captain.
The sideline's gambling on every shot. I mean, how's he going to help?
He's sitting there with a wad of cash, just like handing out 20s after every shot.
On the Euros. He's like over there just collecting money on the Euros.
He should be. That's what the rest of us going on.
God, it was
frustrating. You put your money on Europe? I did.
Yeah, I can't do when my heart is so into something. It's very hard for me to bet on it. Then I'm conflicted, and then
Your heart's not into the Bucs games every week because I know you bet on those.
I do, but I always, I usually bet props. I don't bet the game.
Oh, okay. You bet on the Olympics?
I don't bet the outcome. That's why I was so pissed off about the under last week.
You ever bet on the Olympics?
No, I never have. That seems very degenerate.
Yeah, me neither.
That seems very degenerate.
It's like betting on your Little League baseball team.
Yeah, right? And by the way, I have to do this every time we start talking about gambling. Go watch the Restes de Estrada, the Big O show with Matt Boyer, who was the bookie to Ipe, who was Shohei Ohtani's interpreter or gambler.
Yeah,
it's a fascinating hour of listening to that scandal, how that went down. The FBI raid of Boyer's house is pretty cool. And then his thoughts on gambling in general, sports gambling in general, and where it's at and where it's going. And a dire prediction that, and I'm with him on this. I'll just say it.
Because he was balls deep in all of it. He knows everything. He knows all of it.
Yeah. And he says in 5 years, there's going to be such a financial crisis from out of control sports gambling that it's going to have to be addressed in some way from a legal standpoint. And he says he sees it all the time. I mean, it's even at this level now, it's just, and guys, men out there, listen, I got to, with families and kids and wives, betting the mortgage on you get underneath and then you're just trying to double down and you will destroy your family. You will destroy your family. And there's also this pressure, right, for men to provide for their families, not just provide for their families, but, get your wife a $10,000 purse. She's got to have a G-Wagon. She's got to have this or you're a loser. It's not true, folks. By the way, young men, it's not true. It's 1,000% not true. Don't fall into that Instagram bullshit. No. And that's not the way you need to live your life. You want to know about relationships and having a good marriage, go watch some Charlie Kirk videos and figure it out. That's who you should be following in terms of you want a long-term relationship and marriage. Not in gambling on 17,000 things and trying to get back to but I digress. Go listen to him and listen to a guy that's been in the middle of it and how easy it is to get caught up in it because it's really easy. Don't do that, gentlemen.
Yeah, but I feel we've, since the dawn of time, you could say that we're about to have, or that we already have, an out of control gambling problem. The issue now is that it's just so accessible for literally everybody.
Well, that's the point, Tim.
And yeah, I know. But so what you're saying is that right now is the time that we need to start a for-profit Gamblers Anonymous.
Yes, 100%.
Just right now we need to do it.
We do the old, I literally know a friend of mine who in California used to sell drugs. Her and her husband used to be drugged in a certain part of California. In that area, they were one of the biggest drug salespeople. Now they own a rehab. I shit you not. And they're like, we make more money in the rehab from insurance than we did selling drugs.
It's called creating your own.
I'm like, so please don't tell me that all your customers are now in your rehab. And they're like, yep.
Yep. Yeah. You're creating your own market there.
Yeah. 100%. Hey, well, they're in the Rolodex here. So, hey, if you need help.
Hey, we know that we forced all of this on you and took all your money.
Just make sure you got good insurance before you call.
Yeah. But if you need help, we'll take some more of your money.
Brilliant business model, by the way. Following in the lead of Big Pharma. Yes.
Oh, my God, right? Create the disease.
Make them
create the disease and then
make
the cure.
them sick and then dependent on your drugs. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. All these people that are making money. There you go. Anyway, I don't know where how this show went, but as you know, this is where it goes, folks.
Off the rails.
All right, so let's get back to it. By the way, we are guest free here today, unless Scott Carter calls up. FloridaGators.com. We are guest free today. So I've ignored you guys, not ignored, but we've had a lot of big guests this week. So we haven't had a chance to get to your comments and questions. And I apologize for that because you guys are the lifeblood of the show and we really appreciate it. And we want to respect it. You take the time to comment. We want to read as many as we can and keep the show going and keep it moving and entertaining. So have a good take. Don't suck. And JP's Gamblers.
And if you need help, call JP.
We'll be giving our picks later on in the show, but if you need Gamblers help, we'll tell you where to bet and how to bet. But and if you when you go through your day today, well, especially on Saturday and Sunday, and it's so funny, Timmy, because remember how taboo it was to even announcers wouldn't even mention the spread. Like Brent Musburger would even hint. It was like so taboo and you'd have to like dance around it like it's a no-hitter. It's like, oh, that might be interesting to some. Like it was taboo. So, you couldn't even talk about it.
So do you remember when Jimmy the Greek used to be on NFL Today?
Yeah.
He couldn't say the words under or over or total or money line or -7 or plus. He couldn't say any of those things, yet they had a segment for him. So what's funny is when, like we talked about, they did the retro going back to 1975 NFL Today on Sunday, and they were talking about some of the betting lines, and Musburger wasn't really in that segment or conversation, but he was at the table, and he's like, look, I just got to say something. And then whatever the team was, Vikings -7. We never could say that. I just had to say it on the air. It was really funny that he threw back to that, though. I got to go watch that. It's so true. Yeah.
And now your screen is littered with it. Like during the game, you have live odds on your TV screen. I mean, and so that's why Matt Boyer is warning against this, is because it used to be taboo. So, about 10% of the public, 90% of the public is so compliant. They're like, ooh, I can't gamble on sports. That's illegal. Meanwhile, the other 10% of us degenerates have offshore accounts. But now it's, grandma's got the freaking Hard Rock app and she's out like, I got to get there over on Bucky Irving. I need 2 more yards. Sydney, bring me my tea and a shot of whiskey. This is so nerve-wracking. Everybody's gambling and they have no idea how to control it. No idea. I remember, and this is true too, because they have gambling aspects now built in to these games like Roblox and all these kids games. There's gambling aspects built in, like, ooh, if I do this, if I buy this, I can get this, or I can do that. But there's also a gambling aspect to it. No different than I remember, as a kid going down to our little, county or county fair or with the Rotary Park, we'd have. It's a true story. They'd have these baker's pans, right? Where you make cupcakes, right? And they color in each little cup, red, blue, yellow, green, blah, 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 blah. And they'd have a ball that would roll down into the big field of 30 cupcakes, right? It would roll around like a roulette wheel. Yeah. No different than a roulette wheel. And it would roll around and it would stop on green. And you could bet a quarter And it was on red and then yellow and blue, and they all had different odds. Yeah. And I'm like 8 years old, and I'm like, looking around the house to see if mom's wallet's over there. Oh, there's a 5. I'm going down. I'm going.
He's part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. Talk about a degenerate gambler. Hey, Mom, can I get $5? Yeah, sure. Man, what are you doing with it? Gonna go to Little General and get a soda pop.
I'm gonna double it, Mom.
I'm coming home with $150. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna go buy donuts.
I can remember watching Jimmy the Greek on NFL Today as a little kid, like with my dad. And when they would start hinting and talking about gambling stuff, like kind of like it was almost like they were cussing and I was watching porn with my dad. Like it was like, can I watch this? Like, is this okay to be here?
Talking about
it was crazy.
And now it's ridiculous. It's so prevalent. But now the world we live in. All right. So speaking of gambling, we got to know, of course, about injuries. And I don't pretend to know everything about these injuries. So I'm just giving you my best guess on what's going on with the Buccaneers. But the one thing that Baker didn't even mention on Wednesday was that his arm is hurt. He's got a biceps injury on his right arm. Now, when I saw the play live last week, I went, oh, shiz. It was a violent, and I mean violent, obstruction of his throwing arm. He was in absolute mid-delivery. I mean, everything was wound up, and it was at this point. I mean, and this is the power point. This is it. This is where everything is engaged, hips, oblique, everything is engaged. You're totally exposed, and he gets hit. His arm gets stopped dead on the bicep. And Paul goes down, he goes down, and he gets up and he's like wiggling his fingers like that. I'm like, oh crap. Like, I didn't think he was coming back to the game after that. I really didn't. I said, that's about as violent as I've seen a mid-throw injury. And I've seen UCLs torn there, major biceps, everything.
He could have tore his bicep. I mean, that's the kind of play where you tear it like
100%
off the bone. Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's torn because if it was torn, and here's the other part of it, he wouldn't have been able to make that throw to Ibuka at the end of the game. Yeah. So structurally, there can't be anything horribly wrong, or else there's no way he's able to make that throw. Well, I don't know. He's kind of superhuman when it comes to that late in the game, and you got the adrenaline flowing, so the pain. But if there's something structural wrong, it's not about pushing back the pain. You're not going to be able to make that throw. If your bicep is torn, you can't make that throw. You just can't.
You can't make any throw.
You can't make any throw. It's not physically possible.
Yeah.
So his biceps can't be torn. But, like, how bruised is it and how bad is it? That's what, once you calm down and the adrenaline goes, then now the soreness comes in. Now, yesterday, he's taking snaps and he's throwing it underneath, underhand, while other guys are throwing. Typically in the warm-up sessions, they'll take a snap, they'll do their drop, and then they'll throw it to a trainer in 10 yards away or 11, wherever the spot is that they're throwing the ball to. And they're just working on their drops and quick release, drop and quick release. So yesterday he was dropping and throwing the ball underhand. So he hasn't thrown, I'm guessing and Bridgewater took all the first team reps I think that's what Josh said yesterday. So he's not taking reps with the first team or at all. So, number one, you worry about, how good is he going to be if he doesn't practice all week? Now, he's a veteran. He's done this before, obviously. So it's not like he's going to be fully in touch with the game plan from a mental standpoint, have all the mental reps. That's not an issue. But listen, it's timing. And at this level of football where, an inch is the difference between a complete pass and a pick six. If your velocity is just a tick off or your accuracy is just a tick off and your arm is not, and that happens when you're sore, you cannot deliver the football with the pinpoint accuracy and velocity that is needed in big games against really good opponents. The difference is a razor's edge. And, it's like a pitcher. If he's throwing, if he's usually sitting at 98 and all of a sudden he's at 96, you think, well, no, that's an issue. If he goes to 94, it's an even bigger issue. And it makes a huge difference in accuracy control for a major league pitcher, and velocity. Nothing works the way it's supposed to work. So you have to make allowances for that. So is Baker even going to play? And now we're getting to the point where listen, I think Tristan, based on what Tristan said yesterday and how he spoke, he's going to play. I'm pretty confident that he's ready to play. He said he's pain-free. So there's just a matter of endurance on a brutally hot day where you can't rotate offensive linemen. You ever think about that? Defensive linemen are rotating all day long, right? And I know it's a little bit harder to rush than it is to pass protect in terms of, effort and the biological, physiological part of it. But still, you got to be out there all day long, and you haven't played a full football game since last January. That's tough. That's really tough. So It's going to be tough for Tristan if he plays. Now look at the right side. Charlie Heck is also been limited. So we don't even know who's playing right tackle, and we're not even sure who's playing right guard. And now Godwin has been practicing well. Did not practice yesterday because I think they wanted to let the injury, he practiced hard on Wednesday, so he didn't practice yesterday. We'll see if he practices today. I think Godwin is ready to go. But when you start adding up all these injuries and you're going against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are not really injured for the most part, Lane Johnson's playing, A.J. Brown's playing, DeVonta Smith is playing, Zach Bond had a knee brace. John Kincaid told us yesterday when he came on from 97.5, the fan in Philly, that he should be good to go. By the way, I was on with them this morning telling them all of our injuries, so they're all jacked up and ready to go and bringing all their Eagle fans and blah. And you're here wearing Eagle green. Get out of here.
Gross.
So gross, exactly. So there'll be a lot of Philly fans. As he told us yesterday, they added 7 flights from Tampa to Miami this week, just in the last couple days, to handle all the people coming. So there'll be a lot of Philly fans. Now, they'll all be drunk and dead by quarter 2, hopefully.
And in jail.
So, should run out of water on
is there a jail at Ray J like there is at the link?
Mm-hmm.
And you know this from being inside of it? Or?
There's a holding cell. I'm not allowed to divulge such information. I'm particularly aware of what goes on down there.
I got you.
I've never been incarcerated, but perhaps I have family members that have.
Oh, at Ray J.
No, just kidding. But yeah, there and last time Philly was here, if I'm not mistaken, we had an overflow. we had an overflow, but this time the overflow will be for the infirmary, for the fans sitting out in the sun dying. So that'll be fun to watch. But yeah, so I don't know. I can't tell you with any certainty, but at some point, if Baker can't play, and Tristan is, I don't know. You never don't want to, if a guy can play, he should play. If Tristan Wirfs is pain-free, then he should play. Now, listen, if it's 21-0 in the second quarter, but this is not Bowles' way, as we know. As we know from Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's injuries last year. And at some point, you got to be smart. If this game gets out of hand and we keep the starters in, especially if Baker Mayfield's still out there throwing the ball and they're down 28-0 and he's getting sacked, get him the hell out. Get them all out.
It's not what they do, though.
I know. It's not what they do, but it's what they should do. And I know, for Todd, it's probably a very personal, he's a Philly guy. Ishkabibbles. He's a hero at Ishkabibbles. He told us that. So he's a Temple guy. They love it. And it obviously it's big to him. But at some point, you got to lose a battle to win the war. And again, I'm not sitting here telling them what to do because I don't have the knowledge that they have. They have intimate knowledge of all these injuries and what they're about. But I'm just saying, in the case, if Baker Mayfield is 60%, don't play him. Don't play him. You're 3-0. You have you have an end of the season run of games that is going to be so manageable. The only way you F this season up is if Baker Mayfield gets killed in this game and is out for the season. Now, I know you could say that, hey, he could get hurt in any play. That's true. That's true. But, I mean, are you not tempted? I mean, yes, that's true. But the odds increase significantly when you have a busted up offensive line and you're going up against a savage defensive front like the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, that's just facts. I'm not sitting here trying to be a wussy and, and like, oh, I'm scared of the Eagles. No, it's just, look, they're healthy. We're not. We're beat up.
They're good.
They're really freaking good. And they play hard and they are physical. I mean, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis do not play. And I don't want that big mofo landing on Baker Mayfield, or better yet, steamrolling Baker Mayfield. And you know damn well that Vic Fangio is going to line those cats up against the right side of this offensive line that has no idea what's coming. Not at this level. This ain't the New York Jets. And I know Quinnen Williams is a hell of a player, but this ain't the New York Jets. This ain't the Atlanta Falcons. This ain't the Houston. Houston was pretty good up front. I mean, let's be honest. But this is different. And again, you're playing with a little bit of house money. If you're 3-1 after this game, you're good. I understand this may be, and this is probably, well, I know this is how the Bucs are looking at it. This could be the tiebreaker for the NFC Championship game. I get that. But at some point, if Baker can't play, I don't know. If guys are healthy, they play. But there's got to also be some sense of let's be smart here. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. What really sucks is they're not at full strength to play this game. I would love to see everyone at full strength to play this game. These are two of the best teams in the NFC. This is an NFC Championship game preview. It could be so good. But
the Lions might have something to say about that.
Yeah, true.
Packers.
Packers, really? After that?
Well, now they're mad.
Yeah, well, but are they good? That's the problem.
I think they're the best team I think they're the best team in the NFC.
Even after last week?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So let's see what the Petermans have to say here this morning, shall we? JS is in this morning. He says, any news regarding minor league affiliates? Ken Babby owns the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, who's still one of the greatest names in minor league, and the Akron Rubber Ducks, another great name. Are they part of the deal? Not that I know of. But I mean, it goes without saying that these affiliations, they have contracts. Contracts end, can be renegotiated. I would think very much so that if you're Ken Babby, wouldn't you want to have an affiliation with the Rays in Jacksonville and make a nice little but the Durham thing is, there's some strong ties there. There really is. Yeah. But, money talks. And to be able to have an affiliate like that closer, and certainly it would help attendance there in Jacksonville, it'd be cool. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have Jacksonville as the AAA affiliate of the Rays. I think that'd be really cool. And I would go to games in Jacksonville, honestly.
So I was asking, what's the drive to Jacksonville?
3-4 hours. 4 hours, 3-4 hours.
Make a weekend of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay at Jack's Beach, Amelia Island, beautiful. Yeah, and that ballpark, they just put $30 million into that ballpark. It's a really cool downtown ballpark. So yeah, I think that would be great. Akron could be the AA. I think JS. I think that's a great idea. I think eventually that will happen. Makes sense to me.
What's their logo look like? Jumbo Shrimp.
Oh, it's cool. Their gear is outstanding. I've seen a lot of it. It's really, really good. I'm sure you'll find it. Put it up on the screen.
Yep.
Louis Frozen Pirate podcast, which I was on the other night. Thanks for having me on, boys. The Buccaneers, I feel like, are going to steal this game 24-21. Who's playing? At this point, how do you handicap this game? I mean, again, if you're gambling on this game, you are a degenerate game. You need help. Wait till the game starts and you can bet it live, as I try to encourage you to bet more. But no, this is a perfect game for anonymous. Seriously, this is one of those games. Like, why the hell would you bet this game before the game? You have no idea who's playing or how effective they can be. That's ridiculous. Wait till the game starts and live bet it. See who's playing, for God's sakes.
People are sick.
Rick says, happy friggin' Friday, 1 year anniversary of getting flooded. Is it really?
Yeah, September 26th.
I did not know that. It says, my house is finally whole. Prayers for those still rebuilding. Go Noles, go Bucs, F them Philly fans. Amen, Rick, all that. Sorry to hear that, buddy, about, God, and it's so many people are still struggling with that stuff, man. It's tough. Yeah, look at that. Look at that fight. I didn't think I'd ever see a menacing shrimp.
A fighting shrimp.
But that is a menacing shrimp. It's a shrimp with biceps.
Yeah.
Look at that.
A
Jacked up shrimp. He's a steroided shrimp. There now.
That's more menacing than our AA affiliate for the Rangers here in Frisco, where I go to all the time. The stadium is right down the street from my house. Are the Rough Riders? They're the Frisco Rough Riders,
right?
Named after the Teddy Roosevelt Army.
Yes, we know them well. Yes. Yeah.
So cartoon Teddy Roosevelt is our mascot. I can't tell if that's like sacrilegious or how that works. If that's good.
With the big bushy mustache.
Yeah, I'll pull it up for you.
And the horn rim glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Menacing. Teddy was a badass, man.
Dude, he was a badass.
Teddy was a badass and a Renaissance man. Like he was a super smart guy and also just a really tough mofo. Yeah, he was a really, really interesting guy. Way more interesting
and just a badass in general, dude. Like
yeah.
As a young kid.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of them did though, like bare knuckle fighter and stuff,
Yeah.
That's, even as a rich kid, which he was. But yeah, there's our fighting Teddy Roosevelt.
He's fat. Why is he fat?
Well, he was fat when he was older.
Yeah, but why would you use fat Teddy? Like he'd be pissed at that. Like, where's my bare knuckle fighting days? Why we gotta be fat Teddy Roosevelt?
There's a bigger issue with this logo or with this cartoon Teddy that I had a discussion with Chuck Greenberg, who owns the team in the stadium one night, is if he's a righty, that's his follow through, but his legs are backwards.
Yeah, that's the whole thing's messed up.
The whole thing's off. And he's like, yeah, we did that on purpose. So people would talk about it. And I was like, well, it worked.
That's wrong. No. All right. You tell your boy that we need a buff Teddy Roosevelt and it's in a proper swing, because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it too much.
Do better, Rough Riders. Do better there. Good morning, Douglas Batista, to you as well. Louis says the offensive line has to give him a time to throw the football. Well, I mean, who's even playing on the right side? I mean, we don't even know. As Tristan Wirth so eloquently put it yesterday, this offensive line's been handed a shit sandwich this year, and they've eaten it well. They've done well. Louis says, did you hear the story about Jalen Carter and the police, what he said? No, I was this recent? Or is this back to his Georgia road racing days back in the day? Because I remember something back in the day was like really untoward. So during that crash, the police, I believe, asked if he didn't help the woman, and his response was, she's not helping me get to the NFL. What?
Wow.
Ooh, I think I do remember something about this. I do remember.
A bad dude, man, in general. He's just a bad dude.
Is he?
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that's what we hear. If I don't know something really personally, I hate to put it out there, or if I've not talked to a really good source. So I have not, but maybe we need to do a little research on that, especially this week. You guys, do research on it, get behind the bench and remind him. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Daniel Rivera.
Go ahead.
Daniel Rivera said, good morning, gentlemen. The Jumbo Shrimp won the International League title last night and will head to Las Vegas to compete for the national title tomorrow night. All right. Go Ken Babby. All right.
So, JP, there is a new Rough Riders logo on the way.
There we go. There we go. Look, that's buff. What? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot better. I have to go buy me a hat with that on it. That's pretty badass.
Huh. What was his motto? Walk tall and carry a big stick. Was that the Teddy Roosevelt? I'm not
walk tall. Was that him?
Give me a double check on that. See, I used to be so good with my history, and now I'm just jelly brain. RJ Martin,
speak softly and carry a big stick.
There we go.
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
It's something like. See, that was close, and that's his big stick. RJ Martin says, "Where am I? Yeah, wearing my Tristan Wirfs jersey to bring good luck so he can play on Sunday. I think he's going to play. He's pain free. It's going to be a tough go though, from an endurance standpoint. That's a one tough son of a bitch right there. Daniel Vera says the late great Stu Deeming would have absolutely eviscerated this U.S. Ryder Cup team today for this performance. Majors at events like Ryder Cup were in his wheelhouse, really were. He was great talking golf. And as this shit show continues this morning, we'll try to channel our inner big dog. Because it's these guys. So many of these guys are so soft. I mean, they're just soft. And when the chips are down and people are yelling at them or the pressure's up, when it's just themselves, but now it's a whole different type of pressure when a whole country is leaning on you and watching you, right? And depending on you. Yeah. And the bottom line is our guys just can't handle it because I'll get into a much bigger speech here. It's just the culture in general in this country has become it's all about me. There's no sense of community. It's all about me. And these guys grow up and they're the chosen ones. Everybody kisses their ass. From the age of 12, everybody knows he's going to be a good golfer. Nobody knows he's going to be a pro, but and then, mommy and daddy give him everything he ever wants. Everybody kisses their ass. There's no adversity whatsoever in their lives, except I got to make a 3-foot putt. And then when you get to this stage, when this is adversity, people are counting on you. If you miss a putt on 18, yeah, you'll get criticism, but it's just you losing money. There's no real, and you're already rich as rich can be.
There's no honor lost or anything. Yeah.
There's no, what's at stake besides, just your own disappointment. This is a whole different game. So when you've grown up in a culture of it's all about you, and now suddenly it's not all about you, they can't handle it from a mental standpoint. Whereas the Europeans I just don't feel like they're that way. And I think it shows. They're so much more about community than we are. Because especially with this subgroup of athletes, it's an individualistic sport. And if you can become just a kind of a spoiled brat. And there's no better example of that than Colin Morikawa. And this is what you get. Do we have a scoring update? An ass-kicking update?
We do. Match 1 is final, JP, as John Rahm and Terrell Hatton beat Bryson DeChambeau and Justin Thomas 4-3.
That's an ass-kicking.
Match 3 is final. Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood have defeated Colin Morikawa and Harris English 5-4.
5-4!
And
God, you didn't even see the back nine.
Through 14, Ludwig Oberg and Matty Fitzpatrick are 4 up on Scotty Scheffler and Russell Henley. And your sole American lead, Xander Schauffele and Patrick Can't Get Laid, are 2 up on Robert McIntyre and Victor Hovland through 12.
They're the only ones that'll see the 15th hole.
Yeah.
4 holes won't even be played by most of the American side. What an embarrassment.
The McIlroy, Fleetwood, Morikawa, English got to hold 12. The Rahm, Hatton, DeChambeau, and Thomas got to 15. Ended on 15. And it looks like, so America won the Scheffler and Henley won number 13 to stay in it as they go to the 14th. Down 4.
Embarrassment. Embarrassment.
Man.
I told you.
I don't know how you can come back from this either.
I told you. I mean, we do typically, there's bounce back, but with this group, who knows?
But if you're watching,
that's why you need Tiger.
I don't know if you've got it on your TV or not, but it's not like they're just missing holes. Nobody is playing well. They're hitting it out. They're missing fairways. They're missing greens. They're hitting bunkers. It's just bad golf all around right now.
Yeah, because they have no perspective on playing as a team.
And the only reason Scheffler can't lay her up is because Victor Hovland can't find a fairway or a green to save his life.
Whew. Nathan Elliott says, finally, Nathan has come back to the JP Peterson Show and FanStream Sports. What do you mean? You're here every day, bro.
Yeah.
We love you. All right, what else we got? Sergio says, forget the Ryder Cup. Let's talk football. All right, we're talking football. Sorry about that.
Well, it's kind of important, Sergio.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
To the rest of us.
Not just about football. JP, does Ray J have extra security this weekend for the overly aggressive Philly fans? I'm asking because I want to bring my family to this game. This is a serious question.
Might not be a good idea. I'm not going to lie.
And the answer is yes. Yes, they have excellent security, and they put a lot of people and a lot of emphasis on those sections where a lot of the Philly fans are. They do a really good job. Charlie Kirk videos, can't get past the racist BS. Richie P, man, I love you, brother, but you got to get out of that silo. Get out of that silo. There's a whole nother world out there of truth that you've never seen, and it works on both sides. But you really got to get out of your silo. Go watch some other stuff. Go watch full videos. Don't watch the clips that they force feed you on your TikTok. All right, bro? Love you, man. We all got to do this. We all have to get out of our silos. And I try to do it as much as I possibly can and to broaden my mind. It's hard, but I try to do it. And we all need to do it. We all need to do it. As he says, anybody who vouches for Charlie Kirk just knows the rest of the able-minded folks know what that means. Bro, you're so wrong. You're so effing wrong. God, it's so sad. It's so sad. This is why the Jimmy Kimmel shit matters. You can't just constantly effing lie about everything.
Misinformation.
It's just, wake up. Wake up. It's bad. It's really bad. All right. Screw that. I listened to the Big O show on Gambling with Otani's Interpreter Bookie. Great listen, says Douglas Batista. Lots of stories how prevalent it is in pro sports, more women betting, and how gambling can wreck a life. It's really eye-opening, folks. It's really, really eye-opening. So go get it. All right, we got to hit a break, and then we're going to get back to all your comments. I mean, we're 43 minutes in, and we got hundreds more comments to get to, so we're going to get to all of them today and talk about what you guys are bringing up. So we really appreciate that. We'll preview FSU Virginia as well. If you want to talk a little baseball, we can do that in terms of the playoffs and what happened to the Rays this year. The game last night was interesting. We'll talk a little bit about that. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. So if you're in an accident, make that first call to the Jeeves Law Group, JeevesLawGroup.com. Not attorney spokesman, offices Tampa and St. Pete. And the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. They have the grand opening coming up next weekend, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, where you can get special pricing. All kinds of food, fun, and frivolity will be out there. So if you're just running around Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come on by the grand opening at Genesis of Tampa and test drive these amazing vehicles. Luxury, technology, great price, value. Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275 and Bears up there in North Tampa. Back at 3. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and On-Site Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at On-Site Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. We are monitoring the Twitter machine for any sign of what's going on with Baker Mayfield, so we will get that to you. The media portion is about to begin, where they get a half hour to watch what's going on and see if Baker's at least throwing over him. So we'll get that to you here in just a second. We are brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Hey, Riveters, it's a great night to go to Riveters and watch the Florida State Seminoles kick the crap out of the Virginia Cavaliers. Big game tonight in the ACC, big game for FSU. I'll be very interested to see how their defense plays against this fourth-ranked Virginia offense, but I know this: the wings are going to be really, really good. The sauces are homemade. The beer is going to be super cold. The game starts at 7, so you get their pregame in happy hour from 3 to 7. So you load up. You can order a few beers before 7 and put them on the table. Get the discount. All right, don't tell
a lot of beers.
It's a lot of beers. Order a bucket so it stays cold. Just saying. You got to have, dude, in this day and age, this economy, got to have strategies. Happy hours are key. Day drinking and happy hours. That's what I'm telling you, folks. But head on over to Riveters. It's the place to be tonight to watch FSU and Virginia. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to be watching the game tonight, unless we get a better offer. So, and by the way, speaking of offers, we're looking for tickets for next week's FSU Miami game. The get-in ticket for that game right now is $550. For like row 100. Jiminy Christmas. Somebody put up the tick pick picture with all the prices on it, and it's like evidently Taylor Swift is playing in Doak Campbell Stadium at 7:30 Saturday night. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's great to see. It's great to see. And we will be there next week. I think we're going to do our Friday show from Bowden's again, and
Nice.
have some special guests on before the big game, and then maybe play a little bit of golf and watch FSU Miami the following day. It is great that these games matter again now. Where are you, Timmy? I can't see you. You're not on my screen.
Am I not here?
You're not on my screen. Guys, Can you see Tim? I mean, it's a welcome respite, to be sure.
Here's that
Yeah. You're in there. You are. There you are. Scared the shit out of me. All right, let's get back to comments, shall we? Cody, extra security. That's coin flip, buddy. Nobody knows until security shows up. This season, HCSO has been light and safe security has been light as well. Many do not like going to the hot games. So typically I know they beef up for the Philly games. I've been told that. And actually I will text the important people that know these things in the break, and I will find out if there will be extra security right from the horse's mouth. But typically I know they've done that in the past. Douglas Batista says, glad it's football season. Things I won't miss from the Rays next year. Morel in the 4 or 5 hole. God. Yeah, he got an RBI yesterday, though. And then they pissed that game away. Kevin, I can get a K. Kelly, implosions, yes. Topkin, Romano, please both retire. Propaganda. And at last, cheap stew. You know, it's a great point, Doug. Thank you for bringing it up. I've been so optimistic about, what's coming with the new group, and rightfully so. But I haven't really thought about things that are going to go away. Well, of course, I've thought about Stu going away, but I'm more, and think about that. We don't have to deal with this, what's the Springsteen song this year? And these articles about glorifying this guy like he's Jeffrey Vinnick. Like, please. So we don't have to. Now, unfortunately, I think Topkin will still be covering the Rays. I don't think, now we won't have to put up with the ridiculous glorifications of Stu and all the false narratives. I hope that they don't, because it's not Stu. I hope they're not like really negative on these people, because they are. And this is a real thing, by the way, folks. Zalewski is tied to DeSantis, right? And I can tell you this, that almost everybody in the media, especially at that paper, hates Ron DeSantis. Like it's you can see it. It's some of the most slanted coverage you've ever seen in your life. And Zalewski even being associated with that, well, that comes with a price with the media. That comes with a price. So I would say already that this group is probably looked upon not in a favored light, because, and as you say, that should have absolutely nothing to do with any of it. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. It has everything to do with everything, unfortunately. And that's sad. So I wonder what the coverage is going to be like, because there's no question about it. The Rays were a very left-leaning organization. No question about it. And that aligns with the politics of that particular paper. No question about it. And they have spread the false narratives forever, Douglas Batista. And you, not just me saying it, but you as well, and covered for Stu forever. And to the detriment of the public, I would argue, as we have seen. I mean, that's factual, what Stu has done here in terms of the effect on the public and the redevelopment that should have taken place in both cities long ago. So, yeah, I don't know. And it's going to be interesting to see what the coverage looks like. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way, but we go into it with eyes wide open. And I'm not trying to disparage anybody personally. These are observable facts in terms of how things are done. So, and that's my opinion. Bonaventure 253 says, just don't question who owns the gambling websites like who owns the porn sites. Hint, they are the same people. Interesting. I need to know more. I think I know, but I need to know more.
Yeah.
Bonaventure. Yeah, wow. How about that? If you have a vice, we will take advantage of it. Absolutely. What else we got? David Terry, good morning to you. Knowles need to keep focused on tonight's game, not the one next week. Go Knowles. So true. David, this game scares me a little bit. This game scares me. Virginia has a tremendous oh my God. Thirsty JP's Alcoholics Anonymous. You and your graphics. Well, come to my pawn shop to get money to gamble and drink. Dirty JP's Pawn Shop. Come on down. Bring your footballs, your sports memorabilia, your watches, so you can get money to gamble.
All your gold.
Bring all your gold. No, this is going to be an interesting game tonight. Virginia's, I think, the fourth highest scoring team. The Noles are the highest scoring team in the nation. Should be explosive tonight. But this FSU defense, and it's all the whole team. I don't know how good they are. I mean, you beat Alabama, you trounced them, but that's one game, and you've played 2 games since against, the Blind Sisters of the Poor. So you want to see a team score at will. They did that. So how good are they? We'll find out tonight. I'm not saying Virginia's, a top 10 team. They're not, but they're a legitimate team. They score a lot they know how to score points. So let's see what this FSU defense looks like. And let's see what the offense looks like. And all of it, just there's a little bit more credibility that we will find out about this team tonight. Their mindset to speaking to this Miami game, their mindset. This is a huge game, and everybody's already talking about it. But you got Virginia tonight. This is a legitimate ACC team that you got to take care of. So let's see what happens. I'm very interested. And Castellanos has been on the injury report. They have injury reports now in the ACC. But he's
Did not have that before.
No, I don't remember seeing injury reports before this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw one yesterday, and it was very NFL like.
Yeah.
So
because they have GMs now.
They have GMs and CEOs. Yes.
Yeah.
Goodbye to the old days. Remember when the old football coach retired and became the athletic director?
Yeah. And it was kind of an honorary position.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah. Not anymore. Louis says, crazy to think the Eagles are on a 17-game winning streak. Is that straight up winning streak, or is that just when Jalen Hurts plays and finishes the game?
I think it's overall.
Just straight up? Okay. Yeah, they're good.
I'll check on that.
Rick says JP's Gamblers Anonymous and Drug Rehab is located inside his dirty pawn shop.
That's right.
You got to have a lot of different revenue streams these days, Rick.
All in the back room.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of. You can't be just one size fits all. I can't rely on all my advertisers to keep coming through. I gotta diversify. So yeah, brilliant game plan. James says, but no way Bucs win regardless if Tristan and Godwin plays. Your entire right side of the O-line is gone, so it doesn't matter. You can't win without your O-line. Eagles 100% healthy in the trenches. James, I always admonish you for your negativity because no one can bring it like you in Bucs basement. That said, yeah, it's going to be tough. You can beat some of these lesser teams. And that's why I keep saying it's unbelievable that this team is 3-0. With the injuries they've dealt with, Josh Grizzard especially, having to coach around in his first 3 games, calling plays around all these is just insane. And Baker doesn't get enough credit. He checked to that screen pass to Sterling Shepard when the Jets went cover 0. He checks out to that. And it gets you set up in the perfect setup. Shepard's out on the right. And it was the same call that they did for the Ibuka touchdown the game before when he checked out of that. And there's nobody on third down. There's nobody out there to block. I mean, it was just he's been really, really doing a great job covering for this offensive line. But against teams like this and against a coordinator like Vic Fangio, it's tougher to do. It's much tougher to do. That's why, I don't know.
By the way, that Eagle streak is when Jalen Hurts starts and finishes the game.
Okay.
It's not overall.
Rarely I was right.
Yeah.
Shocking development.
Yeah, because they
Sergio
lost
Biltris.
Last year late, I remember.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Sergio says, JP is Debbie Downer, just killed my buzz. I don't want to be that guy, bro, but I never want to be Debbie Downer, Debbie Upper. Upper Debbie. I got to be objective for you people, right? Or you won't trust me. I'm just trying to tell it like it is. I'm not saying the Bucs can't win. Home crowd, it's hot. You got a lot of other things going for you. the Eagles and their fans and their players will be third, fourth quarter. They'll be filing out. So, yeah, I'm not saying capitulate the game. I'm just telling you, going into it, if Philadelphia, smashes the Bucs in this one, and I just don't want to see, Tristan re-injure his knee, Godwin re-injure his ankle, Baker go down, and you've got a very manageable schedule. Get past these next 4 or 5 games, and you've got that last 6, 7 games are just, those are all games you should win. And if you're healthy, you're going to win them. You're going to go on a run. You're going to get into playoff, unless you don't have Baker Mayfield, unless you don't have Tristan Wirfs, then you're shot for the whole season. So, you want to be that stand up, we're going to kick everybody's ass, play through everything guy, but you also want to be smart. Nathan says there is a jail that is more like a catch and release. They hold people to determine if criminal charges are necessary. Just rowdy, and then they release you. So a lot of these guys, I don't think the cell is air conditioning, but it is in the shade. So many of them may want to be put in the hoosegow, and get out of the sun.
Just to cool off, yeah.
Hey, Tony, I'm going down to the jail for a couple minutes to cool off. Maybe get a beer on the way. You want something?
It's the worst Philadelphia accent I've ever heard.
That was bad, wasn't it?
I was like Brooklyn.
There's more Brooklyn. It's Philly, but South Street by way of Brooklyn.
Tony, hey, Tony.
What is the Philly accent? Philly is
I don't know. It's just gross.
Mama's Parade.
It's just gross.
Yeah. James says, here we go again with JP saying, rest your players. If the NFL, you play if you are cleared. You don't give another team the game. By the way, Baker is playing. You know that for sure, do you, Jim?
How do you know that?
How do you know that? Listen, I also said that. If you're healthy to play, you play. But if there's, it's always a gray area, James. I mean, let's just be honest. It's a gray area. Are you pain free? Nobody's pain free. Tristan said he was, but like in the knee where the injury was, it's pain free. Well, is there soreness around? Is it in your quad? Remember when Godwin came back early from the knee injury? What happened? Injured his hamstring in that first game. He came back too early, in my opinion, and he was out for another 4 games. Or they played him too much. Yeah. So there's gray area in all of this. And like I said, if the Eagles jump out 21-0 and they get a sack fumble because whoever's playing right tackle can't handle the heat, that the Eagles are going to be bringing, and Baker's under duress, and he's got a bad arm, and he's also wearing a sleeve on his right knee where he took that sack and probably has a small strain in his MCL. I mean, if all these things are being present, you don't just like, all right, line up, guys, put the bandages on, and let's go forward. Let's, into the fire. You don't do that. This is not, 1776 where they line up and they shoot you. I was like, all these great generals in the history of the annals of history. And it's like, this is your play. You're going to line everybody up in a straight line and walk into cannon fire. Like
you never thought to hide?
Like, this is a great strategy. Like, all right, everybody line up and stand up. We're going to shoot you now.
You're going to take it. You're going to like it.
Like there's trees over there, bro. Like, wouldn't you want to, or maybe, I don't know, sneak attack? We're just going to line up in the middle of a flat field and just run at them? And they got guns and cannons? Really? That's the play? Napoleon, really? You get to be emperor for that? Never quite understood that.
JP Xander softly just, they're on 15. They're only up 1 now.
Oh, God.
Xander softly just launched his tee shot on 14 over the other fairway to the left into the tents where everybody is sitting and eating. Like everybody duck and cover. 2 fairways over.
2 fairways over.
That's my shot, dude. I can do that for a lot less money.
Excuse me. Could you slide your oysters on a half shell to the left? Yo, dude, can we move the vodka stand a little to the right? Maybe I can get a clear shot here. All right.
Somebody found a golf ball in their champagne, their mimosa this morning.
Hey, what is this stuff we're putting in the caviar now? with Titleist on it. Like, what is this? Is this a new delicacy, or is this some like themed cookie? No, it's actually Xander Schauffele's Drive.
Oh dear.
Oh, sorry. It didn't taste very good. Good God. This is what we're doing now?
Boy, Keegan Bradley looks pissed.
He looks pissed, does he? Well,
yeah.
What's he saying to himself right now, Timmy?
He said, I should be playing.
I should be playing.
He also
That's right.
saying, screw Tiger. He's never going to be captain.
Shut up. All right. We'll take another break, and the People's Show continues when we come back. More of your comments and questions and tomfoolery, whatever you want to ask today. If you get, free rehab at my rehab for gamblers and alcoholics. Yes, and porn addiction too. We'll throw that one in there too. Whatever you got, we'll get you addicted, and then we'll clean you up. That's what we do. A vicious cycle, but it could be fun. All right, quick break. We'll come back on the other side. We want to tell you about the great folks at On-Site Construction. It's hurricane season, right? Remember what happened on this day last year? Everybody was flooded, and what were you doing? You were looking for a contractor to come fix your home, and you had to hire somebody that you don't know and don't trust, and the work probably didn't go very well. Well, I can tell you what you can do right now is go to onsiteconstructionfl.com and set up a free consultation with Jason Fawcett, the owner there, who'll come out to your house, put you on the preferred client list. So when the hurricane comes and you need a contractor, you already know who you're dealing with. They're trusted. They have 5-star reviews, and you're already on the preferred list. It's a big deal, folks. So take care of it now with a great company. Doesn't cost anything. There's no obligation. It just gets you on the list to be first when the stuff happens. OnSiteConstructionFL.com. They do fantastic work. Back at 3. The Golden Diamond Source is working every day to be your family jeweler. Right now, a $5,000 engagement ring with 0% interest can be yours for just $83. So don't let the holidays sneak up on you this year. Now is the time to get ahead with their in-store layaway. Trade in your old jewelry for cash. Gold has never been higher. The Golden Diamond Source is offering the highest ever trade-in values for your gold and diamond jewelry. Now is the time to get your holiday shopping started. So come in now, relax, shop, and save at the Golden Diamond Source. We love Julie and Steve Weintraub, great local philanthropists, and you can find them at 3800 Olmerton Road in Clearwater, where you'll always find the perfect gift, only at the Golden Diamond Source. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves, who lives right here and has long been a highly respected member of our community. He's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Riverwalk. Jeeves Law Group is also a proud sponsor of our Grand Central District in St. Pete and has neighborhood events throughout the year. He has an office on Central Avenue in St. Pete and one on South Howard in Tampa. You can't get more local than that. So when you need an attorney, you're going to hire some huge firm that advertises all over the state or the one that supports your favorite sports show. It's the Jeeves Law Group. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. For personal injury and personal attention, call us for a free case evaluation. That's 8889-JEEVES. That's 8889-JEEVES. With this record heat in Tampa Bay, you better have your AC unit running at peak efficiency. Third Generation Plumbing installs the best American standard AC units. Our split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. That's why Third Generation Plumbing trusts American standard air conditioning, built to last, made to perform. Whether it's a new install or an emergency repair, our family-owned team brings 3 generations of trusted service to your home, now with the unmatched reliability of American Standard. Plumbing or cooling, we've got Tampa covered. Call Third Generation Plumbing today, 813-961-8024, or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. And we also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on here today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's the Day of the People. Where all your comments and questions, we're going to them. You guys have the whole show today, and we're going to keep you abreast of what's going on at the Ryder Cup. Hey, I want to make you folks aware of what's going on with your personal data and how to help out with keeping it out of the hands of some very nefarious people. It's called Delete Me, and it makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Your information is all over the place. That's why you get all these phishing texts like everybody does. It's what data brokers do. They get your name, your contact info, social security number, your home address, even your kids' names, and they sell them. But you can do something about it. It's called Delete Me. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/hit and provide the promo code HIT at checkout. That's the only way to get your 20% off. Go to joindeleteme.com/hit and enter code HIT at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/hit, code HIT. All right. And get Delete Me. All right. Back to the phones, as we used to say, right, Timmy? Were you a call screener in your day? I can't hear you. No, I did. I just added you to the stage.
Oh, was I not on
added
the
to the
stage?
stage?
Oh, my apologies.
I'll teach you how to work this thing after the show.
I'm having internet, like our internet went out for a minute during the break, and I'm having to reboot everything on my end over
Well,
here.
that's that's why I rebooted you.
Yeah,
I asked you,
rebooted.
were you once a call screener back in the day when we had phones?
No, I was never a call screener. I never did the board op thing or anything like that. But we did do a segment on our show years ago where we took unscreened calls, where we would give callers 30 seconds to say whatever they wanted. And boy, that 7-second delay dump button went away really quick.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it was brave.
That's dangerous.
It was brave.
That's why I love comment. I mean, we had a great group of callers when we used to take calls. And I do like interacting with them, but you know, I think for the most part, it can really bog down the show. You know, you get it just because they're not professional broadcasters. You know, and so this way, doing comments, we can control you people and read the ones we like and that add to the show and pass over the ones that don't. So and it's if we don't read your comment doesn't mean it was bad or inappropriate or anything like that. It's just, you know, number one, we're trying to keep the show moving and it's hard to preview every single one before we get to it. So we kind of do it on the fly and that's what we're doing this morning. Update on, I cannot get the feed unfortunately on my computer, so I can't watch. So you'll have to keep me posted. So
on the 15th, Cantlay and Shafefley are still up 1.
All right.
Cantlay is putting for par from about 5.5 feet.
He'll make it. He's one of the few I trust out there.
Patrick Cantlay?
Yeah, I do. He showed me in Rome that he had some nuts. He was one of the few. And he wouldn't wear the hat, which I kind of like. Sergio said, if Baker can't play, Bridgewater needs to step up, but we are not going to give up because of injuries. Listen, dudes, I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying understand what's going on. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid like we were when we're 3 scores down to the Ravens with 6 minutes to go.
JP, by the way.
What's that?
He missed the putt, by the way.
God damn it. Don't be stupid and have guys in the game that have been hurt and are nicked up and get them more hurt for the rest of the game. I mean, that is my point. Let's be smart. Nobody's capitulating the game yet. But we don't know what the injuries are, the extent of the injuries. They hide everything as much as they can hide it. But if Baker Mayfield can't throw a football all week long, that's not good. It's not good. So that's all I'm saying. John Hill says, why 2 red caps next to each other with 4 total caps? Should be red, white, and blue with only 3 caps. No Canadian caps. Right in front of you, Tim. And he's absolutely right.
What are we talking about?
You got
here,
red, white, and blue with an extra red to the left.
Right. Because it stands for Canada. Eh?
Eh.
If it was Canada, the white would be in between the red caps. That's how the Canadian flag works.
So Canadian players, we may need some Canadian players on the U.S. team soon. We might have to tap in to our.
We'll just call it North America versus the world. Seems like the NHL did that once.
Right. Well, that remember used to be U.S. against the U.K. And then they had to include all of Europe to make it competitive, which did wonders for it.
JP, they're all square now. All square in the Hovland, McIntyre, Shafefley, Cantlade group.
And we got just boot stomped in the first 3.
Tied with 5 to play.
Oh my
As
God.
the Euros have come from 2 back in the course of 3 holes.
They are going to fold like a lawn chair. Oh my God. It's a debacle.
They have won 3 of the last
David
4
Terry
holes.
says, I'd rather see. Jesus. The Americans looked up at the scoreboard and said, oh shit, we're the last ones out here. And we're the last hope to get a salvage a point from the morning rounds. And they promptly went to shit.
Yeah.
Golly. God, and here's the thing. All these guys are good players. They can't all be off their games. It goes back to the mentality of always just playing for yourself. And now you're not. And you have no sense of community. It's everything's about yourself.
Man,
now you have to play on a team.
But the way they're all playing, it's disgraceful no matter what you're playing for. Yourself, your country, your school, your whatever, your pride. It's disgraceful right now.
But they're better golfers than this. It's all up here.
Maybe they're not.
Yeah, they are good. They're really good players.
Maybe
and
they all
I don't
suck.
know. I always go back to when Azinger was the captain and he put him in the SEAL training pods whole mindset where they had pods and those were the players that they were going to play with and they trained together and it was a brilliant piece of captaining if you may. And why can't Azinger be the captain again? Why can't I don't know. We're just well, no, I think he would want to. And he has a great track record. So why not? Why is Keegan Bradley? Why was Zach Johnson the captain?
That was a horrible mistake.
But why? Because he's won some majors. He's an American. It's his turn. What?
How they come up with that? How they decide?
What is that? Exactly. It's
I do know one thing. He'll never be the captain again, and maybe Keegan Bradley won't either.
Well, whoever thought that was a good idea? Who's going to follow Zach Johnson when he steps up and gives us a speech? It's like, could you stand up, please? Oh, you are? Oh, okay. Sorry. It's like, and it's not just his diminutive stature, but it's just Zach Johnson. It's like, really? I won the Masters without ever going for it on a par 5. I mean, great strategy. Good for you. You did it, but it's just like, it's not, that guy ain't leading me into battle. Mr. Layup is not leading me into battle. He might have some strategies that we could use, but he's not the leader. And Keegan Bradley, with all due respect, like, I don't know. I'm just second guessing because we suck. Isn't it just deflating though? It's like, can we not be good at anything anymore?
I mean, we're pretty good at American football.
It's really the only ones who play it. Rick said, so what JP is saying, Baker's sitting this week and Jason has JP taking first reps. I'm just a little concerned that our quarterback, took a really bad hit last week, and he's taken a bunch of bad hits in the first 3 weeks. And
Which
I'd
we
like
knew
him
he would with a makeshift offensive line. We knew this was going to happen.
I'd like for him to survive and play the rest of the season.
Please.
The Eagles secondary is not all that, says Nathan Elliott. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Tampa Bay says, what you're telling me, JP, is I should invest in gambling stocks. Yes. Yeah, are there gambling stocks? Like, I guess Bally's. Yeah, there's probably some. Are they publicly traded? Yes. Or if there's a gambler's rehab stock, I would have definitely invest in that 100%. Or actually, I should come up with that. We should start just making our own clinics.
Huh. Seems like another sign.
And then try to cure them. It's a vicious cycle because they're never cured. Scotty Fitz says best halves, easy money, 2 chances to cash if you miss the first. So my boy Scotty's betting halves instead of whole games, which I totally agree with. You could bet the first half. Like, say if the Eagles are favored by 3.5 in the game, the first half spread maybe 2. They'll be favored by 2 in the first half.
Well, I don't understand. Like, what's the point though? Like, you still can't control any of it. Like,
right, exactly. I kind of say this to him all the time. He's like, "Oh, if you lose the first one, you win the second." Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
That's not how it works.
For me, I'll just lose both. But he's like, he gives you a chance to win your money back. Well, of course it does, and you don't have to wait 3.5 hours to see if you win. So that's true too. Right. What I'm moving more towards is live betting. Like, live betting, I think, is you're getting the most information. And like, you could watch the game last night early on. And although you get fooled at times, like if you're watching the first half of the Eagles-Rams last week, you're like, oh my God, the Eagles are not going to score a point. They're terrible. And they come back and win. And typically what I bet on is if a team like the Eagles is underperforming in the first half and they're a good football team, I will bet them in the second half because they're coming back. They're not going to be bad the whole game. And typically, like with the Bucs last week, remember how bad the Jets were offensively? And what happens? Bowles takes his foot off the gas, goes to cover 2, stops blitzing because of the time and score, and the Jets come back. So I think there's a flow to the NFL game, especially where teams that are not doing well, even if they're bad teams, typically will come back and make a game of it. It just happens. That's not every time, but just in general. And if you have a good team that's behind, like you have a good team that's fallen behind, like the Eagles did last week, I think that's a great second half bet. I think it's a great second half bet all the time. So that's, and one thing I learned from listening to Matt Boyer this week, and I asked him that, I said, is there any secret sauce to the NFL? Do you get secret information? Do the big time? He goes, yes, once in a while you'll get a tip here and there but he said, on general, there are no secrets to NFL betting. Yeah. There's no inside scoop. There's no insider information on the whole. Nobody has a system. It's like none of that stuff really works. Right. I said, so what's the gambling advice you would give? He said, if you're hot, stay hot. If you're hot, double down. Bet more.
Buster Poindexter. When you're hot,
you're hot. And when you're not, quit. Yeah. I used to have a rule in a casino bet in blackjack. If I lose more than 2 hands in a row, I get up and go to another table. Yeah, and if you're hot and they bring in another dealer, get the hell out. move as fast as you can. If you're on a roll and they bring in another dealer, leave. Go find that dealer that you were killing. Whoever they are, when they get off their break, go find them. and sit down at there and say, hello again. You want to bust some more? Marty Aaron says gambling on gambling stocks. LOL.
Now we're getting deep.
Excuse me, sir. I think you have a problem. Well, but that's the thing about stocks is like when you put your money in, you don't lose it all right away. If you lose, right? At least you might lose a little, but you're not going to lose the whole thing. Yeah. And in gambling, obviously, you lose the whole thing. John Hill says Europe up 1-0 as Thomas misses the show. Oh, this is really late. We can't do play-by-play on this because I'm typically reading your stuff like really, really late because you guys get in here.
Yeah, way after you post it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're doing stuff that's really timely, probably won't be effective. Yeah. You text me instead. What else we got here? Nathan Elliott weighing in on Teddy Roosevelt. Walk softly and carry a big stick. Yes. Yeah. Reference to the U.S. Navy when he was president. The Navy would travel the world and show off its strength. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry I screwed that up because it's one of my favorite quotes. That's what happens when you get jelly brain. Yeah. Tino says, hopefully we run on the left side of the O-line. Also, great game to run the ball to set up play action. Yeah, see, that's the thing. This Vic Fangio guy, he's been around. He's been around a little bit. He's pretty good. So, like, as much as you want to, we'll go behind the left side of the line. He knows that. He's pretty smart. And they can run it down from the backside. You'll see a lot of that. It's just that this is why the chess game gets really good with injured players. You got to kind of, what are the Bucs doing to kind of hide and mask their injuries? What are the Eagles doing to take advantage of it? It's if you ever read Don Shula's book, The Winning Edge, which is a great book, by the way, one of the greatest books on winning, motivation, and strategy. And one of the things that the Dolphins did was they would find a weakness and relentlessly and continuously attack it. And that was part of the film study. You know, they would look for the weak links. I know this might sound really obvious, but it's not as obvious as you think. And some teams would go, oh, let's come up with a couple plays to attack this right corner. Whereas Shula would be like, let's come up with all plays to attack the right. Like, we're going to relentlessly attack their weaknesses. Yeah. And typically it's kind of along the Belichick thing, like take away the thing that they do best and let them beat you with something else. Like he relentlessly attacks your what you do best and makes you play left-handed. And that's a great strategy as well. It's something that Shula would incorporate as well. But so when these great coordinators, they see what your weakness is and they're going to relentlessly attack it all game long. And you got to figure out a way, and you're going to constantly trying to figure out a way to coach around it. That's what's going to be the great chess match. You're moving guys around. And when you have this many injuries, that becomes a huge part of it. Tino says FSU needs to be very focused on it, and defense can't let up. I'm really interested to see how good the defense plays tonight, because if they can shut down this Virginia offense, that bodes really well for the Miami game. Somebody sent me a Dan Lebitard rant on, who's a Miami Canes fan. Obviously, he was ripping the Miami offense and ripping Carson Beck, the way they played against Florida. And I don't know how good they are. I don't know how good Miami's offense is. They have, against their good opponents, they haven't done much. So, and typically, what have we seen from Miami? They beat up on worse opponents, and then they lose games that they should win. Yeah. So it's just what makes next week so fascinating. But also, to your point, they got to focus on tonight. And I think this coaching staff that Norvell has brought in, Gus Malzahn and Tony White running the defense, both of these guys are exceptional at what they do. I mean, obviously Gus has been running offense for a long, long time. He knows what he's doing. But Tony White, was on the short list to be head coach someplace else. Yeah. James says, yeah, JP, but when you have guys like Henley English, Ben Griffin, Sam Burns, guess you have no chance. Europe sleeps together. They spoon at night.
That might be true, actually.
The vision of John Rahm spooning Rory McIlroy is not what I was looking for this morning.
I mean, whoever Rory's spooning with, he's going to be the little spoon.
He's going to be the little,
Ooh, especially him and Sepp Straka.
If that's what was required to win the Ryder Cup, would you do it?
Hell yeah.
Would you spoon another man?
Comfortable with my sexuality. I woke up drunk in the streets of New Orleans in an alleyway spooning a homeless guy.
Note to self:
1999.
Do not share hotel room with him.
It wasn't in a room; it was on the street.
I just want to put that in my reminder page right there, in case it ever came up.
Want to go to New Orleans?
No, thank you. All right, we're going to take another break here real quick. You guys have great stuff, by the way. Thank you very much for providing content today. And by the way, comment if you like this. Do you like this? Do you like we have an all comments day like this?
We go off the rails.
Go off the rails. Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to get to the parts where they're talking about you spooning a homeless guy.
I've got all the stories.
Maybe we should go to the end of the comments. Holy hell, there's so many. And get them more. All right, we'll do that. All right, keep them coming, guys. We love you. Another quick break to thank all of our great sponsors. You see them all over the page here on our NASCAR show page here that we have. But ran into Paulo the other day, Cafe Paradiso. Man, I'm definitely going to stop by this weekend and get some lasagna or some salsicha. All that good stuff. Cafe Paradiso, it's just right there on South McDillman. In business for over 30 years. Count the restaurants that have been in business for over 30 years on one hand here in Tampa. There's not many. It's because they have the best food, the best service, great atmosphere. If you're looking for traditional Italian, it is the best. Cafe Paradiso on South McDill. Go to On Table and get your reservation now. Back in 3. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for my friend Jason Fawcett, owner of On-Site Construction. They do residential and commercial renovations and new construction. As a leading home builder and general contractor, On-Site Construction prides itself on transforming homes through superior craftsmanship, dedication to client vision, and an unmatched commitment to quality and service. It's about building relationships. We take the time to understand our clients' needs, preferences, and budgets so that we can deliver a personalized experience tailored to their unique vision. From the initial designs to the final touches, we're there every step of the way, ensuring that the end result mirrors your vision. Here are some testimonials from happy customers. G. Gibson says, no hidden costs, very honest, reliable, creative, and communicates well. Reasonable and fair with their pricing, no hidden costs. C. Smith said, did not disappoint. I'm very happy with the work. This company really cares and will take care of it. So if you're just thinking about building or renovating, give us a call and let's see what's possible. 813-579-5789 or check out our website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here, brought to you by Third Generation Plumbing. They also do AC in connection with the great folks at American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. They are the best in the business as well. The most reliable units, the most durable units, especially in this tough Florida climate. You need American Standard Heating and Air. So go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com and make an appointment right there. If you need a new AC unit, any emergency service at all, their service is second to none. That's why they've been in business so long here. They do great work. Look at all the 5-star reviews on Google, thirdgenerationplumbing.com, in conjunction with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, the best in the business. Thanks, guys, for supporting the show as well. All right, we have a Ryder Cup update. They are still tied.
Yep, still tied.
Through 16. All right, give us a shot by shot. So
through 16.
All right, that's a big point right there. Woo, Lordy.
Want to be down 4-0 going into Saturday or going into the afternoon today? I mean,
yeah, that is huge. So come on, Cantlay and Schauffele, the two Lay boys.
Schauffele.
Yeah, so we got so many coming in. Maybe we'll do something timely here and back it up to the bottom. And get some of these comments. Mary Christian says Eagles fans are on the radio complaining about why the Eagles are always playing the Bucs in September versus the later parts of the season. Oh, well, it is so in their heads right now.
Yeah, everybody's in their head now.
It's so in their heads that it's going to be hot, and that's beautiful. I think Sirianni did his team. See, it's like the Super Bowl, right? The way to play the Super Bowl is to act like it's not the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the key. There's these big games is just continue your process. In golf, do the same things every single shot. Doesn't matter. Don't waver. Same focus, shot by shot. Nothing. What happened before, what happened after does not affect the shot that you're about to take. What other games don't matter. This is the Super Bowl. Treat it like any other game. That's not more important than the other. If you want to win, it's win or lose, right? So if you're already beaten by the Heat, you're already beaten by the Heat, and clearly it's in their heads. And so now you change your whole, approach to the way you travel to come here early. Silly. Wes O'Connor says, any chance of seeing Michael Jordan at RG? He recently played at LG, left guard. Maybe. I mean, they wouldn't have got Sweeney off the practice squad at Buffalo if they weren't going to play him.
He's not real healthy right now either.
Yeah, nobody's healthy. I mean, I wish I could answer these questions because we just don't have the information. We don't know how guys are playing, how healthy they are, whether they're getting the system. But again, and I say this about the offensive line all the time, these two coaches, Carberry and Picucci, are so good, and they've been able to somehow figure this out for the first few weeks and win games. I have the utmost confidence in them. And whatever they decide is going to be the best. Now, the thing they can't do is play. And you got to have players, and you got to have guys that can handle it. And if you don't, you don't. These guys are on the practice squad for a reason. They're not starters for a reason. So I don't know who's going to play, and I don't know how good they're going to play. All I know is we're really, really beat up. And when you are and the other team's super, super healthy, I mean, what do you guys want? Do you guys really want me to come on here and be a cheerleader for the Bucs? Oh, we're going to win. Oh, we're the Bucs. We're going to beat you. We always beat the Eagles when they come here. We're going to win. I don't care how many injuries we have. Go team. Go team. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to give you my objective opinion. When I see teams that are this beat up, especially along the offensive line, they lose. They lose, especially the good teams. When your quarterback's not healthy, when you're missing your top receiver, I mean, don't be such a Debbie Downer. I'm just, yeah. Oh, we have an update. Shoffley and Cantley are 1 up through 17. We're going to 18, where we always lose. We always lose 18. I wish I could watch this, but I can't.
How can you not watch it? Don't you have a TV package at the studio?
No, we don't. Our technology guy at the company has not provided us with said information.
We got you a TV package.
No, yeah, we got no package. Our package is weak. Pete Schultz says, got my Cafe Paradiso reservations for 6 for Saturday night. All right, Petey. Yes. Put something on social media if you can. You have your phone out there. Just a quick picture. Send it to us. We'd love to see it. There we go. So what happened on 17?
I believe Cantley made a putt.
See? I told you. 49% chance of winning because we're 1 up. Nuh-uh. Clearly, whoever this machine is. Yeah.
Maybe the machine knows something better than we do. Going into 18.
Rick says, Tim spooning a homeless guys in New Orleans. He needs JP's dirty sex recovery.
Look, so the whole story very quickly, so everyone put it into context here. I went to Mardi Gras, Millennium Mardi Gras, 1999, with my Hungarian kickboxing female roommate that got me addicted to Tuaca, and another friend of ours. We didn't have a hotel room. We rented a minivan to drive down there. We had to live in the minivan for the week we were there because we couldn't get a hotel room because it was a spur-of-the-moment trip. We brushed our teeth and bathed in bottled water in the minivan. By the way, I'd hate to have cleaned that out when we got back to Dallas.
How old were you?
28. 28, 29, something like that. So then we get to New Orleans. I just broken up with my girlfriend that was a Shania Twain lookalike, internet model. And I was already depressed, so I'm drinking a lot. I didn't want to hang out with Christina and Ryan, and I just wanted to do my own thing.
Can't believe she broke up with you when you're traveling to New Orleans.
She was supposed to go with us.
Drinking in
She was supposed to go with us.
So I think we know why that ended.
Because I'm spooning homeless men.
So living in a minivan. I'm living in a van down by the river.
So if you've been to New Orleans, you know the bars don't close. They close from like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. That's it. And then they reopen. So I was out drinking literally all night. It's like Wednesday night, the day after Fat Tuesday, and everybody's crap-faced and all this. And so, yeah, I literally was just drinking myself into oblivion. And I remember waking up. It was about 9 in the morning, laying on the ground it was on Royal Street, which is a block off of Bourbon, in a little stairway up into a building. And there's an arm reached around me. And I'm like, I'm looking at the hand and there's all like dirty fingernails. And I'm like, so I jumped up. It's some homeless, bearded, hairy dude. And like all my clothes are on. I still have my wallet. Like everything's on me still.
Oh God.
If I had a cell phone back then, I probably would have taken a selfie with him. I don't know.
Wow.
That's a lot of people's favorite Tim story. Those are all the ones where I get stabbed.
Well, I'm glad to know that you did not initiate said spoon.
Well, I might have. I was drunk. I don't remember.
Well, were you the little spoon or the big spoon?
I was the little spoon.
Well, then you probably did not initiate.
Yeah,
and typically the big spoon initiates with the little spoon. So
nobody's little spoons like on purpose, right?
Right.
Willingly.
You were clearly taken advantage of. Let's go with that.
Wouldn't be the first time. That's
right. What else we got? Frozen Pod Louis says, also keep an Eagles defense on the field as long as possible will be huge. Yes. Long sustained drives especially early in the game. If you can get like a 16, 17 player for 7.5 minutes, that takes in effect the rest of the game. It's kind of like a pitcher that has a 35 pitch inning in the second. Like, it's not like they're not getting back in the groove.
Yep.
They're toast after that. So if you can get a good long drive, or maybe a couple back-to-back 12, 13 play drives in the first and second quarters, you're A, keeping your offense off the field, and B, you're just tiring out that defense, and they're not going to be able to play in the third and fourth quarter. It's a fact. It's kind of how it works. What else we got in here? Michael LaRue says Godwin and Worst were full participants in practice this morning, and Baker threw overhand. Yeah, I just saw that on Twitter. So that is good news. That is really, really good news. So yeah, again, we'll see who's out there in warmups, and I'm trying to get a pregame pass so I can get out there and see who's out there in warmups. This will be an interesting game for that.
If this was anybody other than the Eagles this week,
yeah,
I think they would be approaching this completely differently, right? Like if it was Carolina, you know what? Let Baker rest, throw Tyrod Taylor out there, throw Teddy Bridgewater out there, and let's heal some guys, right? But it's the Eagles, man. You're going to get together again later in the season. You need the head-to-head win. This is as important, if not more, than a division game this week, and that everybody knows it. Baker's got to play if he possibly can. But at the same time, you're almost in a situation where Baker could be lying and saying, yeah, man, I'm good to go. I'm going to play. And you might need to protect him from himself if you don't think as a staff, as a medical staff or a coaching staff, that he's good to go. Because he's going to try to go regardless. So this is a weird week for all of this to be happening with Baker.
Yeah.
And some of these other guys coming back, because it's such an important regular season game so early in the season.
Yeah, and that's why they're putting so much emphasis on it. And maybe Baker. Listen, when you have a sustained arm injury like that, and it's a good idea to keep him from throwing the ball as long as you can, and wait till Friday and Saturday for him to throw. Yeah. Give it as much rest as you can. Like I said, there can't be any serious structural damage because he finished the game. But that being said, those if he's got a tough bruise on there and it's not 100%, it's going to affect the way he plays the game. There's no question about it, especially with him. He relies on his exceptional arm to get things done. He ain't Danny Werfel. He's not lobbing it over the top, on a timing play or Tua. He's a guy that sees a window and knows he can get it in there with his power and velocity. Now, your mind can be saying that, and you're trained, you see something, you feel like you can do it, you let it go. But if you're a tick off and because of injury, then there could be problems. So I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just stating what I feel I've seen in years past with guys that have these type of injuries and how it affects the game. And I don't want you guys going out there, betting your mortgage on the Buccaneers when they've got all of these issues that are going on, and they're tough to coach around, especially against really, really, really good teams. So that's that. All right. Anything else? What else we got here? Nathan Elliott says, yes, there are gambling stocks out there, companies that own, operate, or manage lawful dog racing online, horse and dog racing online. Yeah, those have been around for a long time. But I didn't know you could buy stock in them.
Yeah, that's new to me, too. I didn't know that.
Hey, we have a special guest that just stopped in.
Uh-oh.
The great Orestes Destrada is joining us, and I have pictures to prove it. Let's put him on the screen here, shall we? There he is, the great Big O. What's up, partner? How are you?
I'm good, buddy.
Let me get your mic up there.
Now I'm even better.
Now you're
there
even
he
better.
is. There he is.
Say hello to Timmy.
The one and only Timmy boy.
What is up, Big O?
You, man. Your Cowboys, how are we going to be doing? Any difference? Anything to report?
48-13 Packers.
Holy cow. That's a Cowboy fan.
Wow.
That's a Cowboy fan. That's just
it's the playoff game all over again.
Yeah.
My gosh.
That's right.
My gosh. And how many sacks for Micah?
0. Micah's not going to hit. He'll have 2 tackles and 1 quarterback hurry.
Pressure.
No sack. Yeah, pressure, but no sacks. No sacks.
You're a Micah hater, and he will have
hater.
five sacks.
Is he a Micah hater?
Yes.
I'm not
Really?
a Micah hater.
Yes.
I just
He is
don't
a
like
Micah
him.
hater.
I'm not. I don't hate him. I just don't like him, which is very nice. We talked about that last week.
Yeah,
Hate's a bad word.
Hate's a bad word.
Hate's
So,
a bad word.
I really, really dislike that man.
Yeah.
I do.
But you
I'm a pain
know,
in the ass.
he's going to turn all of his narcissistic
Which he has.
tendencies into and channel it into destroying Dak Prescott
No, he
And-
loves
and
Jack.
Jerry-
They're
and Jerry
buds,
Jones.
man.
and Jerry Jones.
More than anything.
Jerry Jones.
He
Gonna
might
say,
have more sacks on Jerry Jones than he does on
perhaps
Dak
I
Prescott this week.
I should not have traded Micah Parsons.
Good morning to you.
Traded.
As he just
No, he should have traded. It was a good move.
destroyed my $60 million a year investment in Dak Prescott. Really took it out on me. I hate you, Micah Parsons.
No, he's fine.
Oh.
It's the second greatest sports franchise in the United States of America.
I mean, y'all realize against the Browns, Micah Parsons literally had 2 tackles and 1 quarterback pressure.
Yeah, no, he wasn't all over the field like he normally is.
But this is not the Browns, bro. It's not the Browns.
I mean, it's kind of the Browns' offense.
We,
It's not any better, not any worse.
we have an update on 18. Oh, somebody went. Ooh, somebody's. Oh. Looks like the Europeans went wide right on their drive, didn't they? I'm looking at a diagram here. You got an update?
The Ryder Cup? What is
Yeah,
it?
I can't watch it in here.
I don't know.
So-
Everybody's on the green right now, but there's about 30 people standing on the green, so I can't tell who's.
You
who
already
and
gave
where.
your pick. What's your
I
pick?
picked. I said the Europeans are going to smash the U.S.
Again?
Yep.
And guess what? They're up. They smashed them in the morning. They're up 3-0. There's one match left, and it's all tied at 18.
Why?
No, actually, it's not tied. The U.S.
No,
is up
America's
one.
up 1.
Real quick. Why the dominance that it's been for the last?
My theory
decade?
is that this is very
they invented the game. But
esoteric, 40,000 feet. I believe that just inherently that our culture in the United States has become so individually focused on ourselves.
that's true.
We're all about ourselves, getting our bag, what's good for us. And most of these young golfers grow up in this American culture. Their ass is kissed from the time they're 11 years old and they have a nice swing. And everything is laid out for them, and they're just about themselves.
Right.
And they're always playing for themselves. They're playing for
McIntyre
themselves.
just missed a 10-foot putt for par.
Oh, so we're going to be gifted.
America won 2 up. America won the match 2 up.
All right. So we salvaged the point in the
Got a
morning.
point back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other 3 matches were just ass kickings.
Seriously.
Ass kickings. And
So
we
you-
almost
so you
lost.
think that those guys that
And I
they
think
basically
there's no
playing
sense of
more
community in America.
cohesive.
There's no sense of community in America. Everybody is
How's
about
Chef
themselves, generally speaking.
Right.
And I think just in Europe, it's different. You know, you go to Irish countries, there's a lot of pride in their country. There's a lot of pride in themselves.
There's a lot like that in Asia too.
and they
There's
support their
more-
countries
yeah.
like in a very feveristic way. And you know, our nationalism seems to be more, you know, in some places it's shit on and in some places it's celebrated, but it's divided. Everything is divided and
Way to
everybody's
go, Tim.
so that's just my theory. I think there's more sense of a community and they play. It's like even when they're talking about Ryder Cup money, the Europeans are like, oh, we want to donate it back to and the Americans are like, well, we'll donate some, but we want to keep some too.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys, and because like, as if all these guys ain't rich enough.
They're very rich.
Yeah, and it's a matter of respect if we're going to make money for other people, and so it's just a whole mentality, and that's why I think Europe just does it better than we do. That's just my thought.
No, it's a good. That's a good thought pattern there because when you get into that WBC mentality, the World Cup,
teacher,
soccer,
the baseball, yeah.
Look how well some of these other countries do when they group together and they play team sports. And Japan, I think, will win again. And if you had to put me my back against the wall as to who's going to win again, they're just as talented. And so that's probably an angle because they're not prepared for that type of team play. Because obviously, as far as athletes, as far as all the preparation, America still rules as far as all the technology.
Yeah. Everybody trains. Even in the Olympic athletes that play for other countries, they all train here.
They train here.
Yeah, baseball players, they all train
the
here.
time.
Yeah. I mean, most of them American, but even the
No,
Latinos will
listen,
come up and train here.
year in and year out. People don't know this. The top major players, Major League MPB players, would spend at least a month, if not more, during the winter training in Arizona.
Yeah. Wow.
Training in mostly Arizona, California, and the list is endless of current stars in Japan and also current stars in the MLB that did that, including Shohei, including Matsui, including Yu Darvish. They would come and they would spend a month or so, learning and training because they knew there was the best training. In fact, not only the best training, but the most systematic training, because Japan has a way of overtraining sometimes. So they control it here a lot better.
Interesting.
They trust the trainers.
Yeah, I mean, if you were giving Olympic medals to, where people train, we would win all of them.
We got
all of these swimmers, they all come to our colleges and take advantage of all of our
They
facilities.
may not have invented the sport of golf, but they have perfected it.
Yeah. Well, and it's rare that you play in a team format. For golf, it's an individualistic sport, and these guys are good in the clutch when they're competing for themselves.
Sure.
Because if they lose, they just let down themselves.
Yeah.
Essentially, but now when the weight of the country is on your shoulders, it's a different mentality.
So you're telling me that there's some bunting going on in
the
Ryder Cup golf?
Yeah. I mean, they can't handle the bigger pressure.
The Europeans are going like, I'm going to set this up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
These couple points here. And
they kicked our ass.
They're
up. So they're up 3-1 after the morning matches.
All right.
And it's interesting that Schauffele and Cantlay, who are, Cantlay especially was one of the few guys that played well in Rome. It's just a different mentality.
Right.
Some guys can do it and a lot of guys can't. And I'm not saying that I could ever perform under that kind of pressure. Hell to the no. Doing what I do, maybe, yes, but certainly not golf. So anyway, what's going on in the world of baseball we're going to talk about on the Big O show coming up?
It's a hot weekend. I mean, it's a hot weekend for sports. Obviously, some great college football games, some matchups. Excited about the Georgia-Alabama game, no doubt. But the bottom line is that a lot of eyes are going to be on this weekend. There's teams trying to scratch and claw to try to see if they can, upend, for example, in the National League, try to upend the Mets, who have had an abysmal last 50
what
games.
A collapse! What about the Tigers collapse?
The Tigers collapse. We're going to talk about that on our show, my show. But the bottom line is that the Tigers collapse is huge, is massive. Houston's collapse has been pretty bad too. If you look at the American League, all three of the top teams collapse. Houston collapsed, right?
And the team you picked about 2 months ago,
the Seattle Mariners, have won 17 out of 18 games.
This guy.
And 2 months ago, I told you.
Yeah.
I called and I said, watch out for this team. They've got starting pitching, relief pitching. They've got offense. They've got speed. Obviously, they've got the biggest, basher of all right now in Kyle Raleigh.
How about that guy?
No, he's a beast. He's a beast. And we're going to talk. About the Florida State.
And you know what's funny? What's funny, Big O, is being here in North Texas with the Rangers and part of the AL West. I have an inherent hate.
Rangers.
I have an inherent hate for the Angels. I have a hate for the A's.
Yeah,
I've never hated the Mariners for some reason. Like sometimes I'm always almost kind of pulling for the lonely Mariners, right? And I'm going to be pulling for them, I think, in the postseason, just because.
Me too.
There's nothing to hate about the stupid Mariners, unfortunately, right? Like
it's great point.
The only thing to egregiously dislike, I'm not going to use the word hate again.
Yeah.
egregiously dislike would be
polite.
A Mariners Brewers World Series.
Gosh, right?
That's good for baseball, or even worse. I would like the Mariners because you have Cal Raleigh, you have this innate narrative. But how about a Indians Brewers? The Central.
Lord.
And they're. The Indians have won. The Guardians have won 17 of 19.
Only if we can call them the Indians during the postseason.
I would love to.
Can we do that?
Indians. I would love to call them the Indians.
By the way, if we have a Mariners,
I have a problem with.
If we have a Mariners and Brewers matchup, that's huge for Seattle because we know where the Brewers came from, right?
Oh,
they were the Seattle Pilots.
Seattle Pilots.
Back in 69.
Seattle
I
Pilots.
forgot about that.
You're going back in the day there, Tim.
Damn.
I love that. Tim, who's your MVP for the American League?
Oh, it's Raleigh.
It's Raleigh. I mean, hands down, Raleigh.
Yeah, there's no question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
because of the catching.
Listen, this has to be because it's been, when you look at it, it's only been 12 catchers to win the MVP in baseball. And I think he's going to be the 13th, no doubt about it.
Incredible.
You know why? Because what's the main aspect of baseball, by the way, guys? What are the main 2 points? And it's a rhetorical question. And the main 2 things are run production and run prevention. And this guy is a massive run producer, and he's a run preventer at the catcher's
I thought you were going to
position.
say the main 2 things were steroids and masking agents.
Oh, nice.
Ouch, babe.
Dude, he is.
It's edgy today.
He's a little hater. He's a hater.
I was going to go hot dogs and beer.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
But that's just me.
A little
I'm bitter because my Rangers
afternoon
are
game
out.
Yeah, a
with,
little Wrigley dog with
shorts and tank top.
macaroni and cheese,
Shorts and tank
onions, chili, relish,
Shorts and
mustard,
tank tops.
shorts and tank tops.
By the
lots of
way,
tank
Orestes,
tops.
we need a ruling on this because I haven't discussed this enough. But JP goes to Wrigley Field,
Yes, sir.
cheering for the Rays, wearing a Cubs shirt.
Yeah, that was. I saw the picture. So there's
Can't
actually
do that.
documentation of this.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
very
tweeting,
simple.
He's texting, tweeting, posting. Oh, the Rays, but he's wearing Cubby stuff.
I don't get it.
I only have one Cubs shirt, and I didn't have any Rays gear, and I was, we flew Spirit, so you can have your backpack, so I didn't have a lot to choose from. But that said, I was not wearing any gear until the Wicked Witch is dead, and the Wicked Witch is now dead, so I can go back to wearing my gear.
Only a sophomore.
So there we go. There we go.
Somebody
So
needs
now
to send me
I
a
am free.
Rays hat because I don't even have a
Free at
Rangers hat.
last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. I am free at last. I can go back to wearing my Rays gear because the Wicked Witch is dead.
Wow.
Long live the king.
Wow. Again, we get
Yeah. So there you go. It's pretty simple.
Hater,
All right. So
hated
listen,
it.
we got thousands of people watching the show right now and hundreds of comments. So we're about to do a Big O show, and we've typically taped them because Tim gets mad at me when I make mistakes.
Let's go live.
But I could go live, and we can include all these great people here who want to stick around
Talk a little bit
and
of
talk a little baseball, and
Yeah,
we can bring their comments in. So
a
all
lot
you
of it,
guys,
including the MBB, because
All right.
I've got some points that kind of could point towards Judge,
all right,
though, and that make a lot of sense.
all right, all you guys in the comments, stick around. We typically wait. JP's got to go to the bathroom, and how that can be. So it'll be about 10 minutes, and 5-10 minutes, and we'll start up
Takes
the
you
show.
10 minutes to go to the bathroom.
Well, there may be some. May need a
What
snack.
are you doing in there?
I may need a snack.
Tell me what the hell is going on?
Clearly,
White
you
House
haven't hung out with JP very long.
I
in
mean,
Big O.
what are you going number 1 or number 3?
Well, first of all, there's a
There
lot
is
of.
no
There's
number
a lot
two.
of.
By the way, there's no number 2.
It's got to be.
If you go number 2, you always go number 1. So I always told all 4 of my kids,
That's true.
it's 1 or 3.
It's 1 or 3. I'll be going 3. And catching up on all the text messages.
Hence the 10
So I'll be
minutes.
out in an hour. So you're gonna go down the Twitter rabbit hole. So guys, stick around for an hour. All right. So clearly I'm being timed. So it won't be long. So if you're in the comments and you're watching live, we're gonna go live here in about 5 minutes. So with the Big O show. Thank you guys for joining us for the JP Peterson show. Great job, Timmy. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Yep.
Love you, brother.
Love you, Tim.
And healing vibe out to our man, Johnny Gerber, who just had some serious heart surgery. So if you're watching, Johnny, healing vibe out to you, my man. Get well. Thoughts and prayers. We'll see you all in just a few minutes if you want to stick around for the Big O show. Nobody.
You have your show?